Welcome to another video of the Souls World. We have a very special ranking today, bosses who can heal. In number 10 we find Pulcinella from the game Anatria, The Last Song. Anatria is a Souls-like game from 2024 which has received kind of mixed reviews, but it has some interesting mechanics and also a few great boss fights. Pulcinella will accompany you in your journey and will try to convince you of taking certain decisions. But depending on your choices, you will have the chance to fight against him in Strael Velata, the final area of the game. Pulcinella is not a really tough boss, but he can complicate things greatly, as he has the ability to heal himself in a very peculiar way. Now pay attention to what Pulcinella is about to do after we have drained his health bar. Yes, you saw it well. Pulcinella has healed by playing his musical instrument. Funny. Really funny and original. But only if you are watching and not fighting against him, right? Okay, so let's end with Pulcinella and move on to the next boss of our ranking. So we move now to Elden Ring, and find on our list the Regal Ancestor Spirit. As a matter of fact, there are two different versions of this boss in the game. The first that you will probably find is the Ancestor Spirit in Siofra River, and the second and toughest is the Regal Ancestor Spirit that is located in Nokron, the Eternal City. At first, you can think, oh well, this is going to be really easy. The moveset of this boss is not that complex. But this could turn into a really, really difficult and frustrating fight. And this is because he can massively heal. Let's see it now. So the spirit recovered a great amount of his health back, and we need to start draining it again. Okay, let's try to finish now the Regal Ancestor Spirit and move on to the next in our ranking. The next is one of the best bosses of the whole Dark Souls trilogy, one of my favorites. Sister Fried and Father Ariandel, a true definition of an epic boss. I keep getting goosebumps with this boss intro.
Father, we have no need of thy flail. 'Tis only the flame quivering at misguided ash. Please avert thine eyes. Snuff out these ashes for good.
You will find Sister Fried in the painted world of Ariandel in Dark Souls 3. This area is part of the Ring City DLC of the game. This boss has 3 different phases and neither of them are easy. Not only Fried can deal massive frostbite, but also she has the ability to become invisible. So you will find yourself running around trying to guess where Sister Fried is hiding. But if you manage to defeat Fried in her first phase, be prepared for what is about to come. Pure madness. Really true epic moments. Get your Estus flasks ready. Father Ariandel joins the fight. So now you have to deal with both Sister Fried and Father Ariandel at the same time. Luckily, you can also summon someone to help you on your duty. The Great Slave Nightingale. This is one of these Souls crazy battles that are so amazing to experience. A true gift. So during this second phase is when Sister Fried can heal Father Ariandel. Let's see this now. is an even tougher third phase of this boss. Let's see the end of this fight now. We move now to the new Lords of the Fallen released in 2023. Actually, this game was quite a big and nice surprise, and I think that they did a really good job with it. Well, in this game you will find the boss, the Light Reaper. This boss could be really tricky at first. If you rush in the boss arena without exploring that much, you can find yourself just running and getting frustrated as you see the boss recovering health again and again. Further, this boss hits really hard and is really fast, leaving you little margin for error. So, what is the tricky part about this fight? What can we do to avoid that the boss slowly recovers health? Well, before entering the boss arena in Upper Kalrath Plaza, you need to find and destroy a hidden umbral entity. This entity allows the Light Reaper to recover health during the fight. Let's see where this entity is hidden and destroy it now. Once destroyed, you can get back and try to defeat the Light Reaper. Things will be easier this time, but only a little bit. So, let's finish now the Light Reaper and move on in our ranking. We go back to the Dark Souls universe, and this time to Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, to meet the Throne Watcher and the Throne Defender. You will find this duo right at the end of the game in the Throne of Want, after your journey back to Drangleic. So the thing about this battle is that you can think, okay, let's finish first one of them, and then go for the other. But this could be a mistake. Why? Because after about 20 seconds, the boss that is still alive will move towards its fallen companion and revive it to full health. So to be on the safe side and avoid this, you have to attack and drain the health bar of bosses. Luckily, you can summon up to 3 NPCs for this fight. Benhard of Yugo, the head of Vengarl, and Bradley of the Old Guard.
Dear. Another dogged contender.
Lothric Younger Prince is a real tough boss of Dark Souls 3. He is the son of Osiris, king of Lothric, and Guinevere, the queen of Lothric. Lothric was designated to become a Lord of Cinder, sacrificing himself in the linking of the First Flame to keep the Age of Fire alive. Despite all the hopes that were placed in him, Lothric soon revealed himself to be a sick and shriveled child, and when the royal family realized that Lothric would not improve from his condition, they resorted to repulsive acts in an attempt to obtain a worthy champion to link the fire. So they binded the souls of Lothric the Younger Prince and Lorien the Elder Prince. So during the first phase of this battle, Lothric will remain as a mere spectator and leave Lorien to fight against you. Defeating Lorien is not easy at all. He can teleport and deals massive amount of damage with his attacks. However, if you manage to defeat Lorien, don't think that this is over. It is then, and only then, when Lothric will join the battle. He will kind of resurrect Lorien, and the fight will continue.
My way. Brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would. For that is our curse.
So from this point, things will become really, really tough and crazy. You will have to deal now with both Lorien wielding his sword and Lothric and his magic attacks. Oh, but this is not even the worst of this boss fight. If you think that things were not that complicated, yet there is a final surprise waiting for you. If you manage to drill down and kill Lorien, Lothric can resurrect his brother. So you have to kill Lothric after Lorien really quick if you don't want this fight to be forever. Let's see this now. So not over, and we need to keep fighting in this painful battle. And one more time. We move now to Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin to talk about the Fume Knight. The Fume Knight is most probably one of the toughest bosses of the whole Dark Souls saga. You will find Rain, the Fume Knight, in the DLC of the Crown of the Old Iron King. The rebel Rain went to the Broom Tower seeking for more power after his defeat by Velstadt, and he became here the Fume Knight. As you can see, this boss hits really hard and deals massive damage. But if you think that things are not enough challenging, there is something more. The Fume Knight can recover health during the fight. There are some Ashen Idols outside the arena of the boss that allows him to recover health. So if you do not get rid of all these Ashen Idols before the fight, then you can be in real trouble. Let's see now how he jumps next to the Ashen Idol and recovers all his health back. And if you by chance reach the second phase, be prepared for his brutal sword swings. But let's see one more time how the Fume Knight gets closer to the idol and recovers health while he is next to it. Our next boss is Vicar Amelia from Bloodborne. After defeating Father Gascoigne, you will encounter Vicar Amelia at the Grand Cathedral. She is the last standing vicar now and head of the Healing Church. You will find Amelia praying in front of the altar with a misshapen skull, presumably that of Lawrence. Let's see her intro cutscene now. The fight against Vicar Amelia has two different phases, and the good news is that she is weak to Serration type of damage, and also extremely weak to fire damage. It is better to avoid blunt type of damage, arcane or bolt weapons, as she is really strong against these ones. During the second phase of the boss, in addition to her normal set of movements, she will also add a healing ability. Let's see this now. As you saw, she can recover a big amount of health, so it is better to rush and be really aggressive. Actually, being aggressive works really well in Bloodborne in comparison to other Souls games like Dark Souls, for instance. Okay, let's finish Vicar Amelia and see who is next. Mohg is one of the toughest bosses of the great and marvelous Elden Ring. Mohg the Lord of Blood is a demigod who embraced his accursed Omen blood and is able to use it to wield blood flame. Mohg wants to become king consort by raising Miquella up to godhood. Mohg is hidden in Mohgwyn Palace, and it is true that the first phase is not that hard, especially if you use the item Mohg's Shackle against him. During the first phase, Mohg will apply up to 3 blood curses as you drain his health bar. Trace, Duo, and Eunice. And it is on the 3rd blood curse, when Mohg reaches half of his health, when things are going to be a true nightmare. Mohg will recover his health and drain yours with your Nihil chant. This could even mean an insta-kill unless you have the purifying crystal tear akeeped in your wondrous physic flask. This tear will mitigate this effect. Also during this phase, be prepared as it will drain blood flame all over the place. Fast attacks with a lot of range and raising blood loss. Luckily, there are some weapons and ashes that can destroy Mohg even at level 1. And before reaching the number 1, we have a very special mention for the Nameless Puppet. The Nameless Puppet is a boss of the game Lies of P. It is one of Geppetto's creations, and the final challenge that P will face in the game. The full intro cutscene of this boss is really amazing. So you will encounter the Nameless Puppet under the Abyss. However, you will only be able to fight against this boss if you reject Geppetto's request for his heart. This boss is extremely tough. The good news is that this puppet is really weak against Electric Blitz and also weak to acid. The boss has two different separate phases, and if you manage to defeat him, you will obtain the ending named Rise of P.
I never brought you to the Grand Covenant with the other puppets because of Carlo's memories within you.
If you think, oh wow, this is going to be really tough, just wait to see how this boss can heal. And the boss can heal multiple times. So it is better to be aggressive and try to drain his health bar the quickest possible.
Father wants to respond to the lash, but there's no other way.
Let's see now how the boss heals himself.
If you can't find those memories,
So this could be really frustrating battle.
myself.
Now, let's finish the nameless puppet and move to the last boss of our list. Let's see who is on the number 1.
Heed my words. I am Melania, Blade of Mikola. And I have never known defeat.
So what to say about Malenia? She is fast. She is dangerous. She is lethal. She is the boss. Malenia can easily kill you in just a few seconds if you commit a really tiny mistake. She wields the Hand of Malenia, and this is a really powerful weapon with a special effect that may seem unfair to most players. So what makes the Hand of Malenia so special? Well, she can heal and recover part of her health if she hits you with her attacks. Even with the Mimic Tear, the battle will not be easy, as any damage that Malenia deals to the Mimic will allow her also to recover health too. Malenia has really impressive and deadly attacks such as the Waterfall Dance. Or the Scarlet Ionia, which fills of scarlet rot a great area around her. So be prepared to die 1,000 times and get rotted 1,000 more with this incredible boss that From Software brought us. One of my most hated at first and most loved right now. Malenia, Blade of Mikola, always at the top. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave in comments what you think about these bosses, or if you missed any in the ranking. Oh, and if you liked it, please give some love to the channel. Bye!
Rot